And now beautiful downtown Burbank welcomes back Laugh-In and special guest Bette Davis.
This is a dump.
4 and 2 years ago, the vice presidents of NBC brought forth onto your television sets a new show dedicated to comedy and the right of all men to say, "Sock it to me." Not me. Sock it to them when I say sock it to me.
My fellow American, 10 years ago, I appeared on Laugh-In. And at that particular time, I invited the American people to sock it to me. You can stop now.
This is a great country where anyone can grow up to become president except me.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
All right, America, from beautiful downtown Burbank, here comes Laugh-In. Hold on to your hats, here we go with tonight's guest stars. First, Dr. Renee Richards singing her hit single, I Am Woman, and I Have Looked at Life from Both Sides Now. Special guest Roman Polanski singing a medley including Sweet 16, Come On to My House, and the Mouseketeer marching song. Can you dig it?
I can dig it.
She can dig it.
He can dig it.
We can dig it. We can dig it.
Oh, I can dig it.
Let's do it.
I can do it.
We can do it.
We can do it.
They can do it. Possibly we can do it.
Then let's do it.
Okay, all right, we can dig it and we can do it. Get ready, thrill seekers. Here comes Laugh-In.
Everybody needs a place to laugh in. Everybody needs a time to grin and to giggle. When you're smiling, nothing can undo ya. Come on and smile a while and life will sock it to ya. With laughter, never wear a frown if you don't have to. Turn it upside down and you'll agree. You'll see if you love to laugh along, there's nothing we'd rather do than laugh at the Laugh-In with you. Boo-dee-doo-doo-doo. Laugh at the Laugh-In with
You like Bangladesh. You love Burbank. What a dump!
We wish to welcome you to Burbank land. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la.
After seeing beautiful downtown Burbank, I should have stayed in Milwaukee.
Good evening.
And welcome to Laugh-In.
Right now,
We thought we'd like to introduce
ourselves.
But seriously, folks.
Our names are Nancy Blywise,
Ed Bluestone.
Kim Braden, Claire Falconbridge,
Jim Giovanni.
June Gable,
Ben Powers. Bill Rafferty.
Lenny Schultz.
Michael Sklar.
Toad,
Robin Williams.
Wayland Flowers.
Sergio Aragonés.
and our guest star is Bette Davis.
Oh, Henry, we have the stars. Let's not ask for the moon.
When a bomb like the gong
and start to click.
When a Muhammad Ali can make a flick.
When they hand half a mil to a tricky dick.
It's a wacky world.
I found it.
You never lost it.
Preparen! Putin! Perdone, señorita. The firing squad has a last request.
Hey diddle diddle, the cat's in the fiddle, and the cow jumped over the Reverend Moon. Film at 11.
People of Earth, we are on your planet looking for virgins. No luck here.
Hello, I'm Dr. Edward Bluestone, noted psychiatrist and author of Capital Punishment as an Alternative to Birth Control.
Hi, Edie.
And now here's an intelligent interlude. Hey.
Say what it is. I'm a graduate of the bad School of Soul. Who can believe only 4 short weeks ago I was white? That's right, I was white. Learn all the new hand jive. Fast, say, mama. These and many, many more. Dance like no white person can. Fast, oh man. Why be a honky when you can be funky? Dig it.
I'd like to introduce another college graduate, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Hey, hey, hey.
It's true that I collect antique rugs, but it's not true that I made an offer for Howard Cosell's. But Rick Barry did.
Do you think you could do just one impression for me?
Well, as a matter of fact, sir, I think I can. How about, John Wayne?
Well, howdy there, men. Are you the new school marm?
I got it. Frank Gorshin.
I think I'll do Lassie next, and he'll be the tree.
I am the greatest. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Rope-a-dope, you turkeys. Just watch me. I am the greatest. Woo!
Don't fight.
I believe that Laugh-In is good for America. I also believe in the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy, and Billy Carter.
Madam, you sweet young thing, what do you think of our wacky world?
Well, Nancy, darling, let me tell you this, sweetheart. I've been from Bangkok to Bangladesh, done everything twice, loved it both times. But let me tell you this, when you get my age and you haven't done it all, and you bend down to adjust your wedges, and you smell peanuts and see confetti, you know the parade has passed you by.
I found it.
Well, sit on it.
I'd like to give you my impression of David Jansen laughing.
¿Un cigarrillo, señorita? ¿Fuego? If American tobacco merged with C&H sugar, you'd have lung decay.
The Surgeon General has determined that Tony Randall can be hazardous to your health.
Sure and be golly, me darling, by the grace of God, the saints preserve us. It truly is a wacky, wacky world. I mean, when a sister can't become a father. Well, we'll explain it to you.
Sisters, we're sisters, and all that we can ever be is sisters.
We just received a message from the Vatican. No one can make cardinal except a man.
All hope has ceased here. No, none can ever hope to be a priest here. A father can administer religious needs. Sisters simply genuflect and count their beads.
Where is the censor?
A woman's place is in the home, but not the house of God. How terribly odd. Heaven help the sister who covets the job of a mister. And heaven help the sister who dares compete with a man.
Did you hear about the new statistics just released from the Department of Motor Vehicles? It is said that by 1980, there will be over 200 million automobiles in the United States. So if you want to cross the street, you'd better do it now.
It's a tacky world. We're telling you a tacky world. They're selling you a world where a faucet's the blonde,
Where we read all the pros of a lot of cons.
where we bask in the wit of a guy named Fonz.
Did you know it's the Queen's Silver Jubilee?
Not in Florida, it isn't.
Too tacky, wah-wah world. Print it.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is Laugh-In's own Leonard Schultz and his rendition of Dueling Cheeks. Leonard?
When the boys from Iran have the money now.
When the guys in Japan have to show us how.
When a Cher and a Greg haven't had a row.
It's a do-wacky world. Do-wacky, too-tacky, do-wacky, wow, wow, wow.
I always attract weird girls. I had a weird date last night. She wanted me to put toy soldiers on her body and give them orders in German.
At ease, America. It's time to pay tribute to a terrific little gal who stands as a guardian of the morality of this great nation. Anita Bryant, we salute you.
Nothing could be sweeter than a bus with sweet Anita in the morning. She's the missionary who can sock it to a fairy in the morning. When the gays are grouping in the favorite bar. Oh, how we love to frisk 'em, spread across the old squad car.
I had nothing to do with that.
Thanks to sweet Anita, all our children will be safe enough to grow up nearly perfect as she. When we give the wedding to the gay life of Miami in the morning.
Except, of course, on those special days when we work undercover.
With my eyelashes all in curl.
I like the clouds on airdo.
I enjoy being a
And now, Miss Bette Davis. I'm fainting.
I've made a lot of movies. I've played a lot of parts. I've smoked a ton of cigarettes and broke a ton of hearts. From good Queen Bess to Jezebel to cold Regina Giddens, from Skeffington to Baby Jane, I've outclassed Sarah Siddons. There's very little I have ever missed. So who'd have thought that things would come to this? This is the Laugh-In News. Laugh-In News. Laugh-In News.
When nothing happens, we make it up, shake it up, fabricate and make it up.
News today is terribly showbiz.
La-da-dee-da. Here's the scoop. Here's the boom. Laughing brings you some Scooby-Dooby-Doo. This is the Laugh-In News.
Peter, 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 here is the Laugh-In News.
Here with the news of the future. Miss Bette Davis. Go for it, Betty. Suck it to us.
Fair. Now, news of the future, 20 years from now. Former President Richard M. Nixon today finally offered to appear and testify before the U.S. Supreme Court for $600,000 plus 6% of the jury. In England today, Princess Anne fell off her horse and had to be shot. News of the future. 5 years from now, Dateline, Miami. A victory for Anita Bryant today. She won her court suit to force Florida orange growers to cover their navels and quit pinching the fruit. The fruit was not available for comment.
NBC visits gay bars, cruise at 11.
Meanwhile, Dale Evans has thrown her support behind Anita. The future does not look good for rodeo queens.
I have good news for the people who bought Buicks and found they had Chevy engines. The Chevy engines have Volvo parts.
Public reacts to Family Hour. Booze at 11.
And now, here's tonight's guest news buff, Senator Barry Goldwater.
The 6.
Today was a milestone in the human rights movement because in the entire world, only 2 men were arrested. One was in Los Angeles and one in Moscow. One was a Russian who failed to escape to the United States, and the other was a Mexican who succeeded.
And now, Laughing's roving camera takes us to Uganda in deepest Africa.
Bottle 4.
That is right, President Amin. The crystal ball is never wrong. It says you will die.
When? I must know when I will die.
But, President Amin, the crystal ball tells me nothing more.
But I must know exactly when I will die. That is an order.
It says you will die on an Israeli holiday.
Israeli holiday? Which one? I demand to know.
It seems, President Amin, that any day you die will be an Israeli holiday.
Dateline, London. Today, a new British tank was demonstrated that is the fastest, most heavily armored tank ever built. And immediately after the showing, Northern Ireland bought 150 of the tanks to be used as school buses.
And now, for news of Tinseltown, here is the adorable Ms. Grona.
She looks more like me than she sounds.
Good morning, America. And ooh, I hope you have been thinking all of those good thoughts. News of the future, 50 years from now. One-time Hollywood producer of trash, George Schlatter, now 97 and senile, today announced plans to bring back the TV hit show Laugh-In, returning it to the air for the 12th time. Really, George, you don't think you're going to get away with this, do you? Shortly after the Laugh-In announcement was made, a suit was filed on behalf of the comedy team of Bette Davis and Barry Goldwater. This will in no way affect other suits being filed by the estates of Ernie Kovacs, Steve Allen, Olson and Johnson, Henny Youngman, and Billy Carter. Till tomorrow, Hollywood and America, when I will be back with the rest of the dirtiest of Hollywood's dirt. Ooh, I'm not thinking those good thoughts.
Congress allowed an SST Concorde to fly over Washington, D.C. today, and the roar of the plane was deafening. However, it went unnoticed in the Democratic Congress, where no one listens anyway.
Flash, the city of Cleveland is leaving the team.
I had nothing to do with that.
And now, the Laugh-In news of the past is going to take us back over 100 years to find out what really went on between Miss Scarlett O'Hara and Red Butler at Terra in the dark, dark days of the Civil War.
Oh, Brett, must you go off to war?
Yes, Lucybell. My country calls. I must fight the Yankees so that our plantations will be free of purge.
I will miss you, darling Brett.
And will you be true to me, Lucybell?
Oh, yes.
Then goodbye, Lucybell.
Bye, Brett.
Lucybell, my darling.
General Beauregard, you rascal.
Oh, I'm so excited I think I hear my knees knocking.
That's not your knees, that's the door. Quick, hide in the closet. Go on. Oh, how do you do? Would you mind going in the closet, honey?
I'm
Thank
double
you, dear.
parked.
Oh, no. Mamacita.
Brett, darling, back from the war so soon?
No, Lucybell. I forgot my umbrella. Look out.
Whatever. Will you look at that?
Lucybell, you are being untrue.
Quite untrue. But not only that, I am with child.
Say what?
With child. With child. I'm pregnant, dummy.
And who may I ask is the father of the child? Oh,
I don't know, Breton. Frankly, I don't give a damn.
How could you do this? How could you have a child without knowing who the father is?
Because years from now, when somebody writes a book about my baby's ancestors, and they will, I want them to have one hell of a time tracing their roots.
I'd love it, my dear, if you were on the other side.
tells you. That was the Laugh-In News.
The views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of anyone familiar with the issue.
Tonight on The Tomorrow Show, we'll look at yesterday, today, and tomorrow with tonight's guest host from today. Tomorrow, we return to yesterday's discussion of today's Tonight Show with film from yesterday and today, tonight on Tomorrow. So tune in to tomorrow night, especially if you enjoyed tomorrow, yesterday.
Ladies and gentlemen, Wayland Flowers and Madam.
10 cents a dance, that's what they pay me. Gosh, how they weigh me down. Now I'd like to take my hair down. La 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 la. La 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 la. I went to the beauty parlor today, Wayland. I walked in, the gal says, "Well, we're ready." I said, "I'm so tired, I don't know which end is up." She said, "Well, make up your mind. We're ready for your shampoo." There we go. Oh, isn't that pretty? That's an old garter belt from Bette Davis, I think that was. Let me get this in. La 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 la. What the hell is the matter with this? Isn't that attractive, Billy? Sometimes I think I found my hero, but it's a dud every time. All that you need is a ticket. Come on, big boy, brother, can you spare a dime?
Look for the union label when you are buying a coat, dress, or blouse.
Remember, somewhere our union's sewing, our wages going to feed the kids and run the house. We work hard, but who's complaining? Thanks to the ILG, we're paying our way. So always look for the union label. It says we're able to make the USA.
Here's Milton Devine.
Hello, film fans. This is your very own movie critic, Milton Devine, with a teensy taste of what's going down in Tinseltown. First, I'll be reviewing Star Wars 2, in which Barbara Streisand and Bette Midler dueled to the death in Gucci garter belts. Oh, fabulous. This is a definite 10 kisses. I would definitely pay to see that. Now, another science fiction epic marks the return of Liz Taylor in Star Trek. Fabulous. Another 10 kisses. 10 kisses for Liz. Then I'll be telling you about Airport 78, in which the passengers choose cannibalism over the airline's regular menu. 10 kisses with a Pepto-Bismol chaser. Now, in the latest shark picture called Gums, the aging fish can no longer bite anybody, but he does give the villain a nasty suck. Hickeys? Hickeys? Fabulous. 10 kisses right on the lips. Now, be sure and tune in next time when Milton Devine helps you pick your favorite flick. Ooh, Till then, toodly-doodly-doo to you, and if you know what I mean. You! Kisses! Fabulous kisses! Kisses for everyone! Fabulous!
And now, for some oldies, but goodies. And for those of you on drugs,
These are the oldies but goodies. These ain't the newies but bad. Joys of the past, time cannot budge.
Like so get to me.
Bet your bippy.
Here come the judge.
This is a touch of nostalgia. Wouldn't forget if you could.
Nothing is new here.
Just deja vu here.
This is the oldies but goodies section. These are the oldies but good.
Madam, you've been brought here for drinking.
Okay, sweetheart, let's get started.
Look, Ma, no cavities. I'm pregnant.
There goes my heart.
Michael, I'm just sick. This morning I broke my Greek urn.
What's a Greek urn?
That's the Burbank mayor's house. The Burbank mayor's 80 years old, and he's married to a girl who's only 18.
No fooling.
Very little.
Doctor, it hurts when I do this.
I bet my dad can beat up your dad. Big deal. So can my mum.
Bluestone. Bluestone. Yes, what is it, Lenny? I want to talk to you about my brother!
Do you still smoke? Sometimes. Do you smoke after making love? I don't know. I never looked.
Bluestone.
You're supposed to say, what is it?
No! Yeah. You hear about the politician who hung himself?
No kidding. Who cut him down?
Nobody. He ain't dead yet.
Breaker 19, take my wife, please.
Couldn't throw $1 across the river today. $1 doesn't go as far as it used to.
Everybody got so mad at me. Nobody ever thanks me for the Volkswagen.
I've got enough gas to get me to Pittsburgh.
Tiny Tim misunderstood.
Can it be that we're suggesting things were very interesting?
Back with the oldies but goody goodies. These were the oldies but goody 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 goody. These were the oldies but good.
Now, my uncle was a crooked politician. He was the only guy who ever appeared on Face the Nation wearing a mask.
Come on, say it for me. Oh, come on, you know what it does for me. Please, say it for me. Please, please.
All right. Fee, fi, fo, fum.
No rapport with kids. Last week, I bought my nephew 2 baby alligators. He threw them in a blender and tried to make Gatorade. Hello, I'm Dr. Edward Bluestone, noted psychiatrist and author of Paranoia and How to Cure It by Killing Your Enemies.
Every day we are encouraged to buy more and more because we can charge now and pay later. Well, now it's later.
You're probably wondering how we got this lovely pot, this TV set, this calculator, and our lovely furniture. Well, we got them all from Sharko, the gas people.
We know the people who carefully bill us for our Sharko gasoline purchases also provide fine mail order merchandise, which we can still charge even though I am out of work. We trust Sharko, and they trust us.
They sent me this far-out Sharko calculator
which enabled me to pass math. So, like, so I could go on to complete my high school education and add up just how much in debt we really are.
Choco admits their little mistakes, like the minor oil spill that kills sea life and endangered populations of Santa Barbara, Santa Maria, Santa Catalina, San Diego, San Francisco.
Choco, we're just searching more oil to make more gas
Zanzibar,
for America. So, like, we can take vacations to the mountains and the prairies and, like, charge items from a lovely home with our handy Choco charge.
London, St. Louis. We trust Choco. But from now on, it looks like we're going to have to trust Exxon.
Without our TV, what would we do without the boob tube? What would we stare at, answer and swear at? What would we do without television? Where would we be without TV?
I'd like to take just a moment to talk to you ladies about television. I mean, have you girls been watching lately? Except for people like Carol Burnett, Mary Tyler Moore, and Lucy. The intelligent female is represented on television by Edith Bunker, Mary Hartman, and reruns of Lassie.
My name is Esmeralda Conchata Juanita Colota Estrellita Cabrones del Perito y Perito, but you can call me Esther for short. I never done a TV commercial before, but what the hell? I choose Glim toothpaste. I love Glim con mucho gusto, and you will like it too. So everybody, brush all of our teeth con Glim. Okay, where's my money, honey?
If we were serious about truth in advertising, they'd be looking for double mint twins with dentures.
Try Freshen Up, the gum that goes squirt.
If God hadn't wanted us to eat sugar, he wouldn't have given us dentists.
I love sweet, sweet sugar from Hawaii.
Open wide.
That's because she didn't brush her little teeth con Glim. And as we grow up from childhood into adultery, you can use Glim more often. And sometimes I use Glim like this, with a little salsa and limon. And then I wash it down with tequila. Saludo. Mira, honey, you don't even need a toothbrush.
Women in television are not allowed to mention, let alone acknowledge possession of, any specific organs between the neck and the kneecaps. But we do know that whatever is there either itches, aches, or throbs, must be shaved, sprayed, shampooed, or shrunk. And if it works at all, probably not with the required regularity.
And sometimes you can use Glim under los sobacos, you know what I mean? Then you rub it in real good, and not only do you never smell no more, you don't even sweat.
I only use the most expensive conditioner on my hair. I have to take care of myself for him. My conditioner leaves my hair soft and silky, just the way he likes it. He likes my hair to feel good. He likes a woman who feels good, too. Sure, I may cost a lot more than those other girls over there, but I'm worth it. It's nothing, Michelle. Is he here? Where are you going? Michelle, don't go, darling. I was here.
Of course, we mustn't forget that pain in the pants, Mrs. Olson, who just can't keep her nose out of other people's pots. She's always so bright and cheerful. This can probably be ascribed to the fact her bloodstream's 98% caffeine. The woman is stoned.
Mira, oye, this is pure Colombian Glim. You take the papel, you know what I mean? You put this in the papel, and then you roll it up like that. No, you don't even need the light. You just put it in your mouth and wash it down with tequila.
Our question tonight, does TV promote violence?
I'm a little bit country.
I'm a little bit rock and roll.
I'm a little bit American
Yes, I guess some TV does promote violence.
How do you feel about violence on TV?
Oh, you wait here. I'll be right back.
Without our TV, what would we do without the boob tube? What could fulfill us, mentally kill us? What could we do without television? Where would we be without TV?
Take a letter, Miss Lazar, to Arthur Davenport, Dayton, Ohio. Dear Arthur, pertaining to your order on the 21st, I find that our company is unable...
Is this the same Arthur Davenport that used to live in Bay City, Michigan?
Yeah, I believe it is. Dear Arthur, pertaining to the order, I find
had
that...
an affair with him.
What a coincidence. Dear Arthur, pertaining to your order,
I thought he was the most wonderful man I had ever known.
Dear Arthur?
But I was wrong. He used me and then cast me aside like an old shoe.
Dear Arthur?
I tried to kill myself. I had nothing more to live for.
Dear Arthur,
But I failed.
Look, why don't I dictate this later?
But I tried again. And this time, I decided to shoot myself.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll just type it myself.
I bought a gun. Do you know what it's like to want to be dead?
At this moment? Yes.
I tried to pull the trigger, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it!
What a shame.
So I decided to kill him. Now, why should I shoot myself? I didn't do anything to me. It was him. I hated him, and I wanted him dead.
Miss Lazar, why don't you go to lunch?
I went to his apartment with my gun, ready to kill. He wasn't there. He'd moved. Nobody knew where. I never saw him again.
Are you finished?
Oh.
Good. Take a letter to Mr. John Livingston, Azusa, California. Dear John, as per your order on the 14th...
Is this the same John Livingston that used to live in Dayton, Ohio? You know, I met him once.
Time now to visit Burbank's Disco Talk.
Do you feel that pay TV will catch on?
I wouldn't watch TV no matter how much they paid me.
I'll tell you what I think about the B-1 bomber. First it'll be one bomber, then it'll be two bombers, then it'll be three bombers.
Wayland, did you realize that if Mr. Clean married Mrs. Olson, they would have an immaculate reception?
I hear ABC wants to do a sequel to Roots so bad, they're trying to bring back slavery.
President Carter says he'll find a job for every American who wants to work. But what about the rest of us?
I met my husband at a singles bar. It was so embarrassing.
Why was it embarrassing meeting at a singles bar?
I thought he was home with the kids.
Interesting about all those mergers. You realize that if Kraft Foods merged with Lockheed, you get a TV dinner that bribes you to buy it?
Of course, the followers of Swami Sakabananas believe in life after death. There is a sucker reborn every minute.
As a kid, I was so neurotic, I used to wet my thumb.
We don't mind homosexuals in the new Army, so long as officers don't try to date enlisted men.
Well, I'm pretty normal now. I used to be quadrisexual. That means you do anything with anyone for a quarter.
I loved him so much it hurt. Guess we were doing something wrong.
Sure, and I'm telling you, all of the people who are for birth control have already been born.
I hear they've recalled 30,000 IUDs. Seems they were picking up CB radio signals.
Claire, what's the difference between ignorance and apathy?
I don't know and I don't care.
Honey, you know that woman over yonder is ugly. She is ugly! But Jiffy ought not to talk about her. She's probably very nice. After all, beauty is only skin deep. Somebody ought to skin her body, honey. Skin her.
Well, my dear, I would love to talk to you, but you seem to be tied up right now.
Because the hour is late in Washington, D.C., the mother in me demands that this be said. Good night, Amy.
Betty,
Yes, Ralph?
may I talk to you about pollution?
Oh, definite 10 kisses for Betty.
Well, that's the first half of our show. We may be back again with the rest of it, or not. We hope that we've enjoyed doing it half as much as you've enjoyed having it done to you.
We'd like to thank everyone that appeared on the show.
But most of all, our special guest star, Miss Bette Davis.
I'd love to kiss you, but I just washed my hair.
Madam!
What is it?
What is a congressional record?
7 secretaries on one night.
With all the scandals in Washington, 20 congressmen have started to teach their secretaries to type.
I can dig it. I can dig it.
Anyway! Sex, sex. That's all you hear about today. But let's face it, sex is just nature's way of saying hello.
Say, Ed, how did President Carter get into the peanut business?
His family used to own George Washington Carver.
Go crazy, Lenny. You have no idea what's going on back here.
Georgia! Georgia!
Was that an ethnic person again? For those of you on drugs, was that an ethnic person?
It's not illegal if the president does it.
That was my chicken!
It's a poem called I Love You in Blue, I Love You in Red. But most of all, I love you in blue. I took you this way, man. Really messed with you.
I had nothing to do with that.
Good night, Amy.
Stay tuned for whatever's next. This is your announcer, Jack Harrell speaking. May the farce be with you.